Okay, hello. It is thundering outside, so sorry if you hear it in the background. Not raining though. Okay. So I did some grounding yesterday and this morning. Um, I took care of my plants and I still felt like it wasn't enough grounding, so I decided to go for a little walk in my neighborhood. And while I was walking, I was thinking, um, I've been having a lot of energy going through my body, just like all over, and it can't get out. And um, I know that a great way to ground is to put your bare feet on the ground, but sometimes I don't want to do that because of spiders and ants, and our grass is getting a little long. Um, but even so, there's always critters in the grass, so I get a little worried to walk around barefoot. But I have a wooden walking stick, and I realized while I was walking that we can ground through our hands too. And while I was walking, I could feel the energy coming out of my hand into the walking stick going into the ground. And once I got to a turnaround point in my neighborhood, it's not someone's it's someone's yard, but it's kind of like a public corner where they display a bunch of artwork, so a lot of people go over there to look at it. And so when I got over there, I just put my walking stick a little bit in the grass and let that energy just go directly into the earth instead of just on the concrete. So I thought I'd share this new way of grounding that, well, it's not a new way, but it's new to me. I hadn't been conscious of it before, and now I am. So that's pretty cool to know that there's another way that I can ground when the other techniques just aren't doing it, just aren't cutting it. It's not enough for that day. So I do struggle with trying to not get in my head when I go out for walks. I try to absorb, listen to the bird sounds, but sometimes it can be very hard, and I can't help but think about the flow of energy and being aware of my surroundings, listening for birds. And I think I heard a cicada when I was out there, and then I was thinking, oh no, it could be a snake, but I think it was a cicada. So it's very hard to be present. And when I came back from my walk, it was only a short walk because it started thundering, so um, I came back just in time. But I lay flat on the floor and put my feet up on the couch because I didn't get my heart rate up enough to get my the blood pumping in my body. So that kind of helped keep the flow going throughout my body, let the energy go, break up the stagnant spots. And that's something else that I wanted to talk about was my solar plexus to throat. Is I have pretty deep blocks in my solar plexus and my throat that I've been working on for quite a while, but it takes time. You can't force it. I've been trying to force it, and really, I almost wonder if that's what this is me trying to force it instead of flowing with it and allowing it to release naturally. But I've seen some videos where other people have been talking about the solar plexus to throat too. So maybe it's something going on energetically too with everyone. You know, this surge of energy is helping to break up what's blocked. And when that happens, it can feel uncomfortable. And, you know, if you ever are having physical symptoms and are worried or in pain, definitely go see a doctor. Definitely go see a doctor. Just, you know, mind, body, and soul are all connected, but it's not about what's, there are things that are in the loops, but it's more about the lines. So if you're having spiritual symptoms or and it's affecting your mental or your physical, you know, there are professional healers out there that will help you in the medical field and the psych field. Um, so definitely don't ignore your needs, even if you truly know that it is spiritually brought on, because sometimes it takes our physical body time to catch up. And you can have something urgent right now that needs taken care of right now. So you need to go to a physical medical doctor. If you know, you got to use your discernment for what's right for you. But okay. I'm going to recoup because I want to make these videos more like a journal for myself. And I think sometimes when you know that you're making a video that is going to go out into the public, that we feel an obligation to say disclaimers and things like that because we don't want to cause anyone harm. You know, I already had the message of intentions versus consequences coming through. So yeah, I just thought I'd share. Maybe we'll just sit for a second. Oh, I didn't even light the candle. I grounded, and yet I'm out of my element. Oh yeah, there was something that was coming through when I was walking about the importance of sharing the energy. I'm a homebody, so I tend to stay near home, and I think a lot of people tend to do that and work from home, and you know, we just like being home. Nothing wrong with that. However, when all this energy builds up in our bodies and it pours out into our home space and our environment, it can start to be exhausting to be home. And what I mean by that is difficulty doing self-care in the home space. I was having trouble on how to word that. So basically, like dishes, cleaning, you know, taking time for yourself to take a bath, and, you know, maybe cleaning that bathroom if it's been a while. So things that we should love to do for ourselves can get very difficult when there's all this overwhelming energy bouncing around in our bodies and in our home. So when we go out, even if we don't realize it, even if we don't have a walking stick, and even if we have our shoes on, that energy gets to pour out into fresh air. And when you go somewhere public, I'm getting light, medium, heavy traffic of people. They get to absorb some of that energy. So that energy gets to go into the land there. It helps, you know, the animals absorb it, the plants absorb it, and the people that come through there absorb it too. And so when we spread the energy, we feel lighter. Because having too much energy can also make us feel drained, shaky, make us not feel good, and then we don't feel good, so we just want to stay home and rest and lay in bed. But there's another way. Try again. And I'm not judging you if I'm not judging anybody if anyone's watching this and is in bed and has things going on, okay? I really know how hard it is, trust me. And I am starting to do more with my journey, which is why I'm doing these video journals for myself. And it's really cool for me to get to look back on and see things that I missed. Like this eye from yesterday kind of looks like this shape I drew the other day, and I didn't even catch it when I did the reading. So this is really cool for me, and is helping me to exercise my voice without, because if I go out into a public space, I have a hard time speaking. I get very anxious, and sometimes I run away, or I can't get myself to talk. And this is helping me to warm up my throat, so when I am in those situations, it won't feel as overwhelming. This energy will be spread out and not crushing me and keeping my body tight and keeping me stuck. So I know that this is very much for me right now. I have some housework that I need to do that I've been putting off because I'm just so tired. And I kept telling myself, well, I need to do this before I can go out and do something that's self-care, whether it's a short walk or, you know, going out to do something fun. I need to do my responsibilities first and then have fun, but that's not necessarily right. Sometimes we have to have fun in order to have the energy to do our responsibilities. So I thought that was really cool. It made sense to me when I was, um, it's like something clicked for me on my walk, and that was really cool. So I thought I'd share that. Um, all right. Well, that's what I got. So thank you for watching.